to my channel and my very, very first tarot reading for you all. Okay, so today is September 29th, 2021, and I was going to do an October reading for you all, but I found out a little bit earlier that it is actually Michaelmas, which is also known as the Feast of Archangels. So that's like Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. So I'm not super into angels, and I'm not super into like Christian mythology, but I thought it might be fun to do this reading, mostly because my best friend always refers to me as one of her archangels, and I thought it would be a nice way to honor her and how she always supports me in every aspect of my life, basically, and in starting this channel. So, and I thought it might be fun, something different, maybe something that you have never seen before for my first video. So here we go. If you've never done a pick a card reading, it's pretty simple. You pick which pile you are most drawn to and just watch the reading for that pile. So feel free to take as much time as you want to choose. You can pause the video here and center yourself or meditate or whatever it is you might need to do in order to concentrate and pick whichever pile is really resonating with you. And if you can't seem to choose just one, watch two, watch three. There's no rules. There's no logic to this. If you're feeling drawn to more than one, that's okay. Go for it. Watch them all. So we've got the different piles. So this is pile number one. And this is a beautiful rock from my friend's farm, the one that refers to me as her archangel. And she sent that to me in the mail, and just really love that. This is pile two, and that's the Pyrite or Fool's Gold. And this is pile three, and this is actually rose quartz. It kind of looks a bit clear on the camera, but it's a really pretty little pinky rose quartz. So that's pile 1, 2, 3. So like I said, pick one and follow the timestamps, and I will see you at your pile. Okay, here we go. Group one, this beautiful rock from my friend's farm. Let's see what we have. Okay, first card, Knight of Wands. This is a card of fire, of action, passion, adventure, lots of energy, enthusiasm, loving it. So basically, I'm seeing a lot of inspired action. So maybe you are trying to take on something new for yourself, and this is kind of the sign for you to go for it. So if you're waiting for a sign, this is the sign. Go for it. The Knight of Wands, like I said, he's very action-oriented, inspired action. You've got a vision. Maybe you've got a plan. It's very clear for you. So act on it. So that's what he's kind of telling you. And the next card is the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles, that's kind of interesting because, so if the Knight of Wands is action and, taking something like a plan and putting it into an action, this is the card of mastery. So it could be that whatever you're planning on here, it might take you a little while. So maybe it's going to take you some hard work. You might be improving your skill set. So maybe it's a situation where you are going back to school or learning a new skill in order to put this plan into action. So it's going to take a little bit of hard work and determination for you to master that. So you might be feeling a little vulnerable about, I don't know, I've never done this kind of thing before. But this is basically telling you, if you work hard, it'll come to you, and you will master whatever you need in order to put this into a reality. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, like maybe, I think I said already, maybe you're changing jobs, or maybe you're going back to school, or you're working somehow to improve your situation in life. And basically this is encouraging you to stay at it. You're going to be successful if you're patient and you work hard and you're diligent. So it's kind of tempering that fire a little, because this is kind of a act now, ask questions later. This is saying, okay, that's cool if that's going to get you started, but this is where you're gonna kind of fall into a lull, maybe, where you're gonna need to just kind of dig in, and you're gonna come out the other side. Like, it's gonna be cool. All right, third card. Oh, the World. This is so crazy. Okay, so the World is so cool, because this is basically achievement, completion, fulfillment. So we've kind of gone through this whole journey, little mini journey, where we've started with something, you're going to work on it, patience, hard work, and you're going to be complete. And part of the reason I like this card so much is because she's looking back towards the past. So we're looking at all of this hard work and this idea, this inspired action that you've done. And she's looking back on that and reflecting it, but her body is turned towards the future. So she's kind of moving through into new beginnings, but with very clear idea of how she got to where she is. And I really like that for you guys. So it's referencing both of these cards before it, which is really, really, really cool. And basically it's another sign to basically say, yeah, go for it, because you're going to complete it. It's going to be great. Trust the journey. So, the 2 steps before this. And yeah, so do that. This is basically meaning that everything is going to come together, and you're going to fulfill whatever the action inspired by the Knight of Wands, whatever you're wanting there. So that's a really, really cool little reading. That's something that your angels, I guess your archangels, your defenders in life want you to know. So if you've got an idea, basically they're saying go for it. And then we have one oracle card for you guys, and it couldn't be more perfect if I tried. So the oracle is basically just saying, thus is your journey to the stars. So whatever this idea is from your Knight of Wands, it's basically saying that this is potentially your life purpose, your greatest purpose. You're on that journey, and this is how you journey to the stars, to be a little cheesy about it. But basically what it's saying is the time has come. Put everything you have into this project. Put your heart and soul into it, your whole spirit. It is going to be your greatest purpose. And this is your journey. You've hit on it. This is it. So yeah, that's what your angels are trying to tell you. If you agree, drop a comment below and let me know how this resonated with you. Okay, lovely. So we've got pile 2 here, the Pyrite, and let's see what your angels want you to know. So here we go. All right, 2 of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is the card that comes right before this, and that's like a spark of inspiration. So it's kind of the next step after that inspiration, but you're not ready to move forward yet. So there's a lot of things that you need to figure out. Oh, what's up with my camera? Yeah, a lot of things that you need to figure out before you're going to take that next step. So what this is telling you is that you might have that spark of an idea, but basically you need to establish a plan. You've got to figure out those details, because this is a long-term goal. So it's not something that you're going to be able to do really quickly. It's going to be, on a longer timeline, and you're probably going to have to make some hard decisions that you might not be comfortable with. And it could be even just something as simple as the devil you know versus the devil you don't, right? So like staying safe or taking that risk. Basically, this is telling you to explore your options. So I like this card with the rabbit because I feel like rabbits, although they move very quickly, have you ever seen one kind of coming out of its hole, and it kind of comes and looks around, and you can kind of see that it's like, oh, should I go? Should I stay? I don't know what to do. Eventually, the rabbit's going to have to come out of its hole, and so are you. So obviously, in order to get on with its existence, the rabbit's got to come out of its home where it's safe, and so do you. But before you do that, you might need to get some more details, make a concrete plan, and kind of figure out what are your options, how do you want to move forward with this. So that's 2 of Wands. Then we have the 6 of Wands reversed. So this is kind of a card about like private achievements. So I think it's kind of relating back to the 2 of Wands in saying, with that tough decision that we were just talking about, and not being sure what you might want to do, or what the options are. I think in order to answer that, you're going to need to define what success means to you. So maybe there was something that happened to you in the past where you didn't get the recognition that you thought you deserved, or maybe you're just not sure what your own definition of success is. So you need to figure that out. Also, remind yourself that you don't need validation or approval or to compare yourself to others. You don't need that from other people. What you need is to look inside and figure out what success means to you. And then that's going to help you make the decisions from the Two of Wands. So basically, you need to kind of spend some time thinking about that. Because you need to figure out what's going to align best with you and that's how you're going to move forward. So basically define your own success. Don't listen to what other people are saying. Okay, what is next? Here we go. 7 of Swords. Okay. Okay, so this card a lot of times is really centered on betrayal and deception. But that's not really resonating with me in light of the other 2 cards. So I guess it could mean, I guess just kind of keep in the back of your mind maybe someone who might be trying to undermine you, or maybe like you're the one that's sneaking around, so be careful. But that's not really, I don't think that's the focus of this card. I think it's just something to keep in the back of your mind. What I'm thinking for this card is that it's a lot more about strategizing. So basically recognizing that the plan, right, from the Two of Wands, you can't do that all at once. It's a long-term plan. So you're going to need to strategize and have like different steps. And, you're not going to be able to do it all at once. This is not a fast thing for you. So, and I think it's also saying like, in addition to strategizing, prioritizing. So again, coming back to the 6 of Wands reversed about priorities, what's important to you, what resonates with you. And that's how you're going to make those choices in order to move forward from the 2 of Wands. So I think this also could mean that you need to put yourself first. So again, I think that resonates really with the strategy, the prioritizing, defining your own success, putting yourself first. And that might be a key to making those choices that you need to make right from here. So, and then I guess if you really want to stay with that kind of betrayal and deception thing, don't do things in the dark. And like I said, you can't do it all yourself, so don't do it in the dark. Do it in the light. If you can, be upfront about your decisions. So this might be kind of like putting a cloud over decisions that you that maybe someone else isn't going to be happy about. So maybe that's what this is about. Maybe it's about a decision that that someone else isn't going to be happy about. But if you're being true to yourself and your priorities, that's going to be a decision that you're going to need to make for the long term for your own happiness and your success. So that's kind of what I'm getting there. And then your Oracle card. Coming soon. Welcome to the Ascending Age. Well, that's pretty accurate. So basically, it's just kind of resonating for me saying that like coming soon. Yes, right? So it's time to make those decisions. What you're going through now is going to kind of kick off this next phase in your life, the Ascending Age. So make those plans, make those hard decisions, and it might take you a little while. That's what the coming soon kind of comes in, but you're on the right track. So there you go. Okay, group 3, last but certainly not least, we've got our beautiful rose quartz group 3. Let's see what your archangels want you to know today. Okay, here we go. All right, the sun reversed. The sun, okay, so like a lot of people take reversals as negative, but the sun is not a negative card regardless of whether it's upright or reversed, so that's cool. So what this is telling me is that you might be feeling a little bit heavy, and the sun is kind of basically calling to your inner child and giving you permission to let go of some of that heaviness. Maybe there's responsibilities, maybe you have bills to pay, maybe you're just really tired of COVID and of all the stress that that is bringing with it, which I think all of us probably are feeling that at this point. To some extent, at least. It's been pretty stressful couple of years. So basically, the sun is telling you it's okay to let go of some of those responsibilities, some of those things that are bringing you down, even if it's just for a couple moments today. Like, it doesn't have, don't be unrealistic about it. Like, we all still have to pay our bills, right? Things like that. You can't necessarily escape. But you don't have to be so serious all of the time, I think is what this card is trying to say. Go out, play, have a little bit of fun, because this card is telling me you're not having enough fun. And that's really important. So basically, take some time today and experience some joy. So if you've got kids, maybe play pretend with them, get silly. If you don't have kids, that's okay too. You can still be silly. You can dance or sing or play a game or just do something today that's going to bring you a little bit of levity and a little bit of joy. Maybe that's talking with a loved one or a friend. Whatever this means for you, do it. Get off your butt and do it. Okay, so Queen of Wands reversed also. Okay, so this is very much relating back to the sun. So it's kind of saying that you've been a little more introverted than normal. So maybe you're an extrovert and you've just been a little bit more introverted or kind of into yourself, and maybe you're lacking in confidence. Maybe something's going on, inside with you, and that's okay. That's okay for a little while. You might need to reconnect with your inner self, maybe with your inner child, to rebuild your confidence, your resilience, again, from like some of the heaviness that's coming across from this card. So you can take some time for yourself as well, and you might need to, and that's all right. But basically, I think what this is trying to say is you already know who you are. The Queen of Wands is like very confident in herself, and like, look at her. I mean, she's pretty badass. She's got her cat and like her wand, and it's kind of hard to see her upside down, but she's not messing around. Like, she knows who she is. And just like she does, so do you. You know who you are. You just might need a little bit of a reminder. So straighten your crown. Don't wallow. Find some joy, right? And, move forward, right? Cool. And then lastly, we've got the Ace of Wands, which is a lot of growth, potential, new opportunities, things like that. So basically this is saying be open. So don't wallow, be open, right? To the opportunities that are going to align with your true self. You know who that is. You already know. You don't need you might need a reminder, but you already know that deep down, right? So this could mean if you're thinking about a new project or, feeling a little bit not confident in moving forward on that, this is, it's actually a really huge opportunity to grow on a personal or spiritual level. So it's a very gentle nudge. It's not, like, I don't know, if you watched Group 1, you would have seen the Knight of Wands, and he was like all fire and like go for it. That was like a really heavy, like push to go for whatever idea that person was experiencing. But the Ace of Wands, it's more of just a gentle nudge. It's like, yeah, it's okay, you can do this. It's like, come out of your shell, come out of this, kind of cloud that you've been living under, find some sun, find some joy in your life, and move forward with this opportunity, because it's going to be a really important one for you to grow on a spiritual or personal level. So that's what that is saying. And then we've got our oracle card, and this one is the universe wants to co-conspire with you. So that's really relating back to this little nudge. So basically what this is saying to me is that the universe is going to meet you halfway. It wants to help you. Like, it's going to, if you take that step, you're going to find that there's a lot of synchronicity happening in your life. So the universe is going to help line up people and put things in your path that are going to help you on this journey. And, they could be mentors, allies, friends, family, strangers, but, your job really is to recognize them when they appear and don't refuse their help. So I think that, come out of this, don't refuse the help of people that are going to actually be really good for you and help you. So that's what your archangels are trying to tell you, group 3. It's a really, I think, positive. Don't get too bogged down, here with the Queen of Wands. Like I said, you know who you are. And that's what your archangels are telling you. You know who you are. If you're feeling something's coming, we're going to help you out. The universe is going to help you out with it. So, yeah, find some joy today. That's your job. And again, if this resonated for you, go ahead and pop a comment down below. Tell me what that was all about. And I really look forward to talking to you in the comments. So thanks for joining me today, everyone. And I will see you soon.